Hi, I'm Chef Jimmy, and this is Cooking with a Cause. This dish is quinoa and potato croquettes. We're going to start with cooked quinoa. Quinoa is becoming extremely familiar these days, especially in the gluten-free world. It's a very old grain, and it's extremely high in protein, which is a big benefit for us and our kids. We're going to mix that with close to an equal amount of cooked potato. The two of these are going to bind together. A croquette is always going to have potato in it, and it always is going to have some sort of leavener in it, and we're going to use egg. And the nice thing about this dish is all the ingredients can just be piled on each other. So the egg, we sauteed a small onion, small dice. Doesn't have to be perfect, as long as we soften up the onion. We don't want that raw flavor in the onion, which can be adversive. We're going to add a tablespoon of parsley. Again, the parsley can be kept out if the green color, the specks, which will blend in, you'll lose that. It's more for flavor than it is for visual appeal in this dish. And this is a non-dairy vegan pepper jack cheese. Pinch of salt. And I like to add a little bit of garlic powder just to round out the flavor. But again, that can be kept out. We're just going to work this with a large fork, your hands. You could even use a whisk. The idea is just to incorporate it. If you need this smoother and more broken up, just take it a little farther. You'll start to hear the egg working into it. Definitely listen for those qualities as you're making your dishes. It shouldn't sound dry. The egg is offering a richness and a moist quality to this. The potatoes and the quinoa are going to draw that moisture in. Because of its nature of being combined together, formed into a shape and deep fried, definitely lends itself to a hidden treasure. Some pureed chicken. You could even finely chop up some bacon in here. Whatever your preference is, whatever you want to add, it's this basic ratio which makes up this croquette, which lends itself to the hidden treasure. So we're going to be pan frying these. So we need a good amount of oil in there. I like to use 2 spoons. We're going to be dredging the croquette in some ground up rice cakes. We're going to take a little spoonful. Again, trying to form these croquettes with the spoons. We're going to dredge that into the rice cakes. And it's very similar to the other fried items. It's just that we're doing this in a pan. It's going to take a little more time, but it's definitely worth it, because you want to brown each side of these croquettes. This mixture can also definitely be used in the form of a patty if you feel that a thinner, firmer, crisper textured item might be more easily consumed. And again, you want to hear that sizzle. That means your temperature is up, your oil is hot, and you're browning. And if you're browning and you're searing, you're adding another element of texture and flavor. There'll be a nice crispy snap on the outside when you bite into these, and a nice soft inside, full of protein. So now we want to be mindful of the order that we put these in, and we just want to check them and turn them over in that same order. Ideally, it'd be nice to get 4 sides, but it's not crucial. And as you can see, those are nice and golden. And we'll just let those cook for a little bit longer. We also have a plate set up next to the frying pan. with a paper towel, and that's going to drain off that excess fat. I think we're just about there. I'm going to turn the heat off, and then we'll go to the plate. Okay, we'll finish these with a little salt, the new ones that came out. Since we did two different shapes, I like to sort of keep those separate so you have an option. Do you want to try the patty? You want to go for the croquette? And we'll just load these up. Nice and crispy, nice and nutritious. And you can feel good about feeding your child this. These are quinoa and potato croquettes. I'm Chef Jimmy, and this is Cooking with a Cause.